everyone, my name is Samin and this is my problem statement paper presentation for Education 508. So what exactly is the problem? The problem being addressed is the disparity of technology use by elementary school teachers in the classroom. Research has found that the United States is lagging behind most countries in student achievement. The math literacy score for 15-year-olds in PISA in 2009 in the US was 487, significantly behind the average of all OECD countries, 496. These countries include Australia, Belgium, Canada, Finland, Germany, the UK, Netherlands, Korea, and Japan, all of whom scored higher than the United States. The amount of technology available to teachers has increased quicker than the ability to incorporate new tools in teaching and learning experiences. Research revealed differences in how and for how long the technology is being used in various elementary classrooms. Wilson reported that of 50 elementary school teachers surveyed, 10 of the teachers do not use the internet at all, 14 use it for no more than 1 hour per week for classroom reasons, 26 use the internet for an hour and a half to 5 hours per week. Very few teachers use the computer and internet to present their instructional materials. The main use of technology for these teachers was to create classroom documents, and very rarely do teachers use technology for the presentation of instructional materials or whole class discussions and observations. Technology training programs are happening all across the U.S., but they're only basic introductions to the internet. According to a survey Mendel's completed, 44% of school classrooms in the U.S. have at least one internet connection. More research has shown that unfortunately there is a discrepancy with what teachers feel they need. Most of the technology that is used in the classroom is limited to fundamentals and basics because unfortunately many teachers do not feel comfortable using the internet in their classrooms. In a national study done by the National Center for Education Statistics, 20% of teachers were prepared to incorporate technology in their classroom, and only 50% of teachers with computers and the internet used it for student learning. Public schools use technology for instructional purposes at a lower than optimal level, even though computers are readily available. Technology is utilized to different degrees according to differences in teacher training, resources, and teacher efficacy. So for training, over the past 10 years, the U.S. has spent over $19 billion, increasing the number of schools connected to the internet to 90%. The pace of technological advancement is increasing so fast that teacher training and content creation cannot keep up. For resources, the wealthier schools have better resources compared to the poorer schools that have fewer resources. And these resources can be anywhere from computers, better teachers, better textbooks, and newer textbooks. And for teacher efficacy, according to a survey completed, 80 of 190, or 42% of teachers, have a high efficacy for personal use of technology. Unfortunately, those teachers are not prepared to use that same technology for teaching and learning purposes. Outside forces like administration and mandatory professional development days impact teachers' use of technology in the classroom. Teachers reported that over 59% of them consider the following factors to impact their computer usage in the classroom: lack of software, inadequate training opportunities, lack of release time, which 81% said this was the biggest impact, lack of administrative support, lack of integration support, and lastly, lack of technical support. For external constraints, teachers reported that over 52% consider these three factors as influential: lack of time in the classroom schedule, student access to material concern, too much curriculum to cover, and high-stake testing philosophy. ASHRAE reported that the leadership role of the principal is the single most important factor affecting the successful integration of technology. Wilmore and Betts stated, information technology will only be successfully implemented in schools if the principal actively supports it, learns as well, provides adequate professional development, and supports his or her staff in the process of change. So why is this problem important to address? Well, this problem is important to address because students all across America are not showing high academic achievement because their teachers are not utilizing technology in the classroom. Students who are given laptops to use scored approximately 63 points higher on average in ELA, math, and science tests compared to those who don't have access to laptops. American society is grappling with the impacts of economic and social change due to new technology, and one such change will need to be a change in how technologies are used in the classroom. If this problem continues to remain unsolved, a large population of American children, most of whom are underprivileged, will be victims of a systemic disadvantage compared to their peers both in the US and abroad. This is some of the resources that I used for this presentation as well as my paper. These are the remaining resources that couldn't fit onto that previous page. And thanks for watching my presentation.